Hello world, SirLaurenceNZ here, and today I'm casting another game between TheViper and MBL. So, to the left here we have Viper in the yellow, and let's have a look at his map. And also we have MBL to the top right. So, we have some nice backwood lines for the Viper here. We have a very solid one at the back here, a nice semi kind of backwood line facing away from MBL, which is very good. We have a fairly decently sized wood at the front here, however, going to be seeing quite a lot of pressure onto it if the Viper so chooses to put his wood there. And we have some woods to the side. Anyways, let's have a look at the main gold here. We have the main gold in a very nice position, only one or two tiles down that tiny bit of hill, but one tower here will be able to secure quite nicely. And let's just put up the game speeds a little bit so it doesn't take forever. Anyway, the Viper has his secondary gold out to the side here, to the back of his base. So if MBL doesn't see that, that's in a very, very nice position. If not, it's in a very, very awkward position. Anyways, is there a tertiary gold? Doesn't appear so. The next closest gold is this gold way out in the front, which is pretty much both of these guys' tertiary gold. So anyway, MBL has this upside down T shape of his main gold up against these trees, which is really not that good. He's not going to be able to get good saturation onto those. Well, sorry, onto that gold pile, which is rather unfortunate. But anyway, let's have a look at his wood, and MBL losing a villager. So definitely not a good start for him. MBL losing a villager right off the bat there, not calling a -1 or anything to help level out the game for him. Accepting that loss. Anyways, so we have that side wood line there with the gold. We have a kind of back wood line here, but it's really, really thin and awkward. Archers could definitely do some damage onto that. And we have a solid front wood line, however, that's kind of going to be receiving some pressure. We do have a nice secondary gold out here, and as I stated earlier, a tertiary gold in the very middle of the map for both of them. However, MBL does kind of have a closer tertiary gold right there. Anyways, MBL bringing in his second villager. Well, sorry, his second boar. Let's hope that he doesn't bring in the second dead villager. But anyways, this secondary gold here, actually, once again, up against those trees, not going to be well saturated. And let's have a look at the stones. So we have some nice stone placements to the side there. Some nice, well, some not so nice stone to the front, and Viper with both stones on the front. So with seeing both stones on the front for the Viper, we could definitely see MBL do a tower rush here. Quite a possibility, and if a tower comes up there on the wood line, that could definitely cause some issues. However, the Viper, he's got this very, very nice wood line on the back, so towers will only have a limited effect. It's not like some games where you can push your enemy off of all resources. So the tower's only going to be good up to a point if MBL chooses to take that route. Anyways, both these guys clicking up to the field edge, the Viper clicking up with one less population, even though MBL lost that villager, so the Viper clicking up about 50 seconds earlier to the to the field edge. So Viper going to be getting up nice and quickly, and because of MBL losing that villager, it means that he only goes one villager behind for the whole click up process. But anyways, MBL going to be hitting in about 30 seconds from now, and you can see that MBL a bit late to remember his barracks, going to be delayed by that slightly. However, the Viper having it out nice and early, getting his scout cavalry going, whilst MBL having to wait a few seconds after taking 3 villagers off to build the barracks. And okay, never mind, I just thought that the tech things were off, however they aren't. Anyways, we're seeing the eco upgrades for both these guys, very important upgrades, and we can see the scouts from the Viper moving forwards, just getting the 4th scout in now, and the Viper with a forward spearman as well to help fend off any scouts. And you can see MBL once again going for the scouts as we have seen before, and the Viper in his base with a spearman going to be able to do some great damage here as he moves in to pick off possibly one villager. Yep, wait, sorry, he just picks off the scout there, and MBL getting out 2 spearmen quite quickly, and both of these guys having a quick fight on the hill, and the Viper just having to run his spear out of there as too many of MBL's spears are running into the fight. Anyway, the Viper has forced out a total of 3 spears from MBL, so the Viper already doing well by forcing some of this military, and focusing down the spear is the Viper, allowing him to be able to hit these villagers and get some decent damage onto them. However, the spears just coming back in time, going to be able to defend. Meanwhile, the scout rush of MBL being quite effective and even killing a villager, even though the Viper had a spear on hand. The Viper only having 2 or 3 spears in total, though, not going to be able to defend as well as MBL with those spears. So MBL leveling out the game slightly there, but you can see, in fact, yeah, MBL, he's actually taken back the villager lead. Let's see, he killed 1 villager there, and the Viper may have had some idle time. Or it could be that he got wheelbarrow or something, which takes 75 seconds. In fact, that perfectly explains the villager difference now that I think about it. So anyway, these guys just building a few more scouts, so both of them at 6 scouts going to be looking to attack each other simultaneously, but MBL having 3 spears right around those wood lines going to be very strong, whilst the Viper having his spears more spread out, not going to be able to defend as strongly against this number of scouts. We'll also see if these guys are going to be getting bloodlines, and you can see MBL clicking it right on the moment there, and going to be giving his scouts a lot more tankiness and the ability to take on some of those spears. But MBL going to be able to take that villager, very good pick from him, and the Viper still not being able to do a huge amount of damage with his scouts there. And MBL, even though he just got wheelbarrow, now he is on a villager tie actually. So MBL definitely leveling this game quite nicely back from that hiccup that he had with the boar lure. However, the archers from Viper getting in here quite a lot earlier than MBL, and MBL going for 2 stables instead of the 1, and Viper going up for 2 archery ranges instead, so that he can click up to the castle edge that little bit faster. So anyway, we see the scouts of the Viper moving in, possibly going to kill 1 villager, turning back from that 1 villager that barely made it into the CC, but the scouts of MBL looking very potent here as they have bloodlines as well, and the scouts of the Viper not going to be able to clean this up, and MBL could go for a brilliant timing push here as the Viper clicks up to the castle edge, but it looks like the Viper's army being a bit more resilient than MBL expected and almost completely killing it. And with those 4 scouts, he's not going to be able to do a huge amount of damage. The Viper is going to be hitting the castle edge quite shortly. He's at about 30% right now, and with this amount of archers, he's going to be able to defend 8 scouts, no problem. So MBL, with a bit of a desperate move here, going up to 3 stables here, and this is pretty much sealing him into the field edge. He knows he's got to do damage right here because he's committed so much into scouts that he will not be able to hit the castle edge anytime soon. So he's got to make this count right here, right now. He's got to kill quite a few villagers, and MBL going all in, killing all of the spearmen of the Viper, but the Viper moving in with these archers now, going to be deterring the scouts of MBL, and MBL now being faced with this dilemma here. He has to push in, has to kill villagers, has to equalize the game, only has a 4 villager advantage after the Viper hitting the castle edge, and the Viper now having all of these big tech advantages coming in here, and soon we're going to be seeing cavalry archers, which are going to be able to clean up the scouts quite nicely. We're going to see ballistics so that the scouts can't dodge the arrows, and any second now the TC of the Viper is coming up. He's going to be able to garrison, and the gold is safe. MBL starting to look at a very shaky position as he is going full production into these scouts and isn't really able to do much with them. Now the Viper moving up to MBL's base, going to be able to pick villas off left and right here, picking off 2 villagers right there and doing some nice micro onto these archers, and he's going to get them into this nice little spot there, and MBL not able to get any surround onto the archers of the Viper, and there we go. You can see MBL calling GG, the Viper taking incredibly good trades there with that micro as he just squeezes up against that tree line. So anyway, GG, well played. The Viper taking that game quite concisively, not sure exactly why MBL had such issues with that first boar, but yeah. Anyways, the Viper playing that very well, getting up that town centre onto the gold there, going to take off one of the spots that MBL could pressure, and having so many spears there when he knew that MBL had to make that push. That was a really good play from the Viper, and ultimately just changing into those archers ended up being the correct decision to make. Anyway, GG, well played, and congratulations to the Viper for winning the game. So anyways, let's have a look at those achievements here quickly. So yeah, for anyone watching this on YouTube, be sure to check out my Twitch stream, and likewise for anyone watching this on Twitch, be sure to check out my YouTube channel in the description. Anyways guys, thank you for watching, and goodbyes to anyone watching this on YouTube.